Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Today, we are going to get to know our director, Łukasz Dutka, a little bit better. Łukasz, thank you for taking the time today to tell us a little bit about yourself. Can you tell us how long you've been in this business, what method you use, and why you became a captioner, or however it is you refer to it in your part of the world?
Hello there. Hello, Jen. Thank you for having me. And hello to everybody who's watching us. And I'm from Poland. I work and I'm based in the capital city of Poland, that is Warsaw, that's in Central Europe. And I started working as a live captioner, or actually I call myself here a live subtitler. So I started working as a live subtitler 8 years ago. At that time, we didn't have any providers of live subtitling for our language. And one of the reasons why was that there were no steno machines. So we don't have steno machines developed for our language, as is the case for many languages. So the first method that we found that was actually working and allowed us to create live captions was what we call re-speaking or voice writing. So using speech recognition, as many professionals do in the United States. So we stumbled upon this method and we started experimenting with using speech recognition. And I started to get trained as one of the first re-speakers or voice writers in the country. So that's more or less how I started, and I got into live captioning because before I worked as a subtitler or captioner, creating post-production captioning.
So you are well-rounded in all facets of the business, both post-production as well as live translation. Do you do subtitling in any other languages other than your native language?
Sure. So the thing that we have to say about Europe, that when you look at the United States, there are many languages, but surely the main language, the one most widely used, is English. When you look at Europe and you think, what is the main language? The answer is that the main language of Europe is translation. So we work a lot between different languages. I have a degree in English and Spanish, and I also know some Portuguese, Italian, and I often work with subtitles, either translating from Spanish or English into Polish, but I also do it the other way around. So I would create subtitles in English for Polish content or subtitles in Spanish for Polish content. And that's very typical for people to work in a number of languages in this way, creating subtitles that we call interlingual subtitles because there's a switch in the language.
I find that very fascinating. And it also makes my brain hurt just a little bit thinking about it. Switching gears a little bit, can you tell us, why did you want to be on the board of the Global Alliance?
So one of the first things I want to mention is that whereas we both do here in Europe and the colleagues in the United States or Canada, we both have very similar challenges and very similar needs, but very often the practices, the professional practices, or the software that we use, or the workflow that we have, very often it differs significantly. So you would think that in a globalized world, everything everywhere is the same, but that's not true. And it is certainly not true when it comes to live captioning. So the practices differ greatly. Things are done differently in European countries versus in the USA or Canada. So one of the reasons why I got so interested when I learned of the existence of the Global Alliance was that I wanted to learn more. I wanted to connect with colleagues from other countries. The Global Alliance, of course, being a global organization, but it's an organization that was born in the United States, and it has a lot of colleagues from there. So it was a great opportunity to connect with them and to learn more, and also to work together to promote captioning.
Yes, as you had indicated, and the reason why you went into this profession was because there weren't enough subtitlers in your country. And I would say that is true around the world. So we absolutely need to promote this profession because, as we have said often, hearing loss has no boundary. And so it doesn't matter what country you are in, there is captioning or subtitling that is definitely needed. So what would you like to see the Global Alliance accomplish in the next year?
That's a very good question. So when I'm thinking about the projects I'm most excited about, one such project would be certification. So now the Global Alliance is looking into creating a certification process for live captioners, certification that would be method agnostic. So as you rightly pointed out, it doesn't matter where you're based, in which country you live, because hearing loss knows no borders. But also it doesn't really matter which particular method we are using, as long as we are able to respond to this need that people with hearing loss have. Whatever method you use is good as long as it serves its purpose and delivers good quality to the client, to your customer, to the person who needs this service. There's so far, there's no such certification anywhere in the world that will be method agnostic. So that's something that's very important, and I'm very excited about working on this. And as you said, I got into live captioning because for my language there weren't enough professionals available, and we still need more. And one of the challenges is how do you attract people who want to invest in training, who want to devote their time and become trained? Very often those people are a bit afraid, will I then have work? Will I be able to reach customers? And having a certification process that allows you to test your skills and become confident yourself that you're delivering a good service. But also it's once you're certified, it's something that you can show to your potential clients, and that shows that you're really a good professional. And it's also important for those clients to have a way of making sure that somebody they are hiring, that this person is a professional and will deliver a good service. So certification is certainly missing. There are maybe some certificates available in some areas. You can take some exams, but these are they are limited to only certain areas or only to certain methods. So creating a method agnostic certification is certainly a revolution that's long overdue.
I don't think I could have said it any better if I tried. So I love that we are creating a revolution. So I think I would put that in the category of one of the strengths of the Global Alliance of creating this method agnostic certification going forward. What would you say are some of the weaknesses of the Global Alliance? And maybe a call to action that would help us resolve those weaknesses?
Sure. But first, I think I need to mention one more strength, that the Global Alliance is full of really great professionals and passionate captioners who are looking for ways to make a difference. And that's a very nice group to be together with. You asked me about weaknesses. When I think of some of the weaknesses of the global alliance, I can maybe think of one thing is that we need to do the work that we need to do. We need more resources and we need to have more people on board. So whoever is watching us or listening to us or reading us now, please join the Global Alliance for Speech-to-Text Captioning. Do it now, because together with you, we will be able to achieve more.
Yes, absolutely. Manpower is required. We have a lot of goals and we intend on reaching those goals, but we need more manpower to be able to do that. Well, I so appreciate you taking the time today, which is morning for me, but evening for you. And we are thrilled to have you as a director on our board and looking forward to working with you in the future, creating this certification and empowering consumers to make the right decision when it comes to deciding on which captioning services they need for their particular event or whatever their scenario may be where they need accessibility. So thank you again. We thank you for your time and your effort on the board, and we're glad that you're with us.
Thank you, Jen, and see you soon.
Thanks.